Hello friends, let's evaluate this integral. Hmm, how can we do this? Okay, so using the fact that a plus b over c is equal to a over c plus b over c, we can rewrite the integrand, that is x cubed plus 1 all divided by 3x squared, as we can rewrite this as x cubed divided by 3x squared plus 1 divided by 3x squared. So we just um, wrote the integrand in a different form, and we can use the rule of integral that says that the integral of a sum is the sum of the integral. So we have this is going to be x cubed over 3x squared dx plus 1 over 3x squared dx, right? And this is just going to be, I can pull out the constant, so I have 1 over 3 x cubed over x squared dx plus 1 over 3 1 over x squared dx, right? I just pulled out the constant term. Then I can use the rule of exponent, that says that x to the power of m divided by x to the power of n is equal to x to the power of m minus n. I can use the rule of exponent for the first integral, right? So that's just going to be 1 over 3 integral of x to the power of 3 minus 2 dx plus 1 over 3. For this other one, I can use the rule of exponent that says that 1 over x to the power of n is the same thing as x to the power of negative n. So I can use that here. So this is just going to be x to the power of negative 2 dx, right? And this is going to be 1 over 3 integral of x to the power of 1 dx plus 1 over 3 integral of x to the power of negative 2 dx. And now I can apply the fundamental technique of integral, which is you add 1 to the power and you divide by the new power. So this is just going to be 1 over 3 x to the power of 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus 1 over 3 x to the power of negative 2 plus 1 over negative 2 plus 1 plus c, right? The c there is the constant of integration. And then this is just going to be 1 over 3 x squared over 2 plus 1 over 3 x to the power of negative 1 over negative 1 c. And I'm almost done. It's just to simplify, right? So this is just going to be 1 over 6 x squared and then negative 1 over 3 x to the power of negative 1 plus c. And I know that x to the power of negative 1 can be written as 1 over x. So I'm just going to have 1 over 6 x squared negative 1 over 3, and that's going to be the solution. Okay. So I'm just going to go over this again. What I did was I splitted the integrand into two parts, and then I just applied the rule of integration, which is the integrand of a sum is the sum of the integrand. And I just use the rule of exponents and just simplify, apply the fundamental technique of integral, which is you want to integrate of a polynomial, or maybe if you want to integrate over x to the n, that's just going to be x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, and just simplify that. Okay, so now let's look at this other problem. So if you let's take a look at the first problem. uh the first problem is integral of x cubed plus 1 divided by 3x squared. Now this problem is integral of 3x squared divided by x cubed plus 1. The question is, are we going to apply the same technique? That might not work here, because um, for the first problem, I use the fact that a plus b divided by c is equal to a divided by c plus b divided by c. But I cannot use the same technique here. So what can we do here? What can we do? Okay. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to use the integration by substitution. And how do I know that that's something that we can use, we can try? How do I know that? Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this integral as 3x squared times 1 over x cubed plus 1 dx, right? Still the same, right? This kind of 3x squared over 1, still the same. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to write using the rule of exponents, the rule of exponent that says that 1 over a is the same thing as a to the power of negative 1, right? I'm going to write, so I have 3x squared times cube plus 1 to the power of negative 1 dx, right? So I rewrote this expression here, oh yeah, as x cubed plus 1 to the power of negative 1, using this um facts, rule of exponents, from rule of exponents. So now uh if you want to integrate using U-substitution, one thing you want to consider is what part of the integrand looks complicated. Definitely, you can see that this part looks complicated, right? This part that I'm shading with yellow. So, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say, let me just draw a line here. I'm going to say, let u be equal to, u be equal to, um, u is going to be equal to x cubed plus 1. So u is just going to be equal to what is inside the parentheses, which is x cubed plus 1. So let u be equal to x cubed plus 1. So now my du is just going to be du dx. If you take the derivative, it's going to be 3x squared, right? So, and if I cross multiply, right, du multiply this, and then dx multiply this, I'm going to get du is equal to 3x squared dx. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is that to make everything clear, I'm going to write this integral as x cubed plus 1 to the power of negative 1 times 3x squared dx. Okay, it's still the same thing, but I just want to make it clearer. Now, if you look at what I have here, um, here, right, I have du is equal to 3x squared dx. And in my integral, I have 3x squared dx. So what I can do is that instead of writing 3x squared dx in my integral, I can substitute 3x squared dx. I can replace that with du. And also I can replace x cubed. I can replace this x cube here plus 1 with u, because I said let u be equal to x cube plus 1. So that's what I can do. So this is just going to be u to the power of negative 1 times du, right? I just substituted, right? So this and this is just the same thing as 1 over u du, right? Now, all the variables in this integral are in terms of u, right? So, and it's even more, it's looking even simpler. It's looking simpler. So, recall that if you have the integral of 1 over x dx, right? So I'm just going to write it by the side. The integral of 1 over x dx, this is equal to the ln absolute value of x. So the same thing applies here. The integral of 1 over u du is just going to be ln absolute value of u c, right? Recall that your c is the constant of interest. But in my problem, there is no u, right? I said let u be equal to x cubed plus 1, right? So instead of writing u, I can replace u and replace u with what? With x cubed plus 1. And that's just going to be the solution. It's going to be the solution. See, I hope this helps. Thank you. Please do subscribe. Thank you.